Hello YouTube. I'm back at it again. I'm going to be doing a custom duel. It's going to be my chess piece archetype against Kirby Superstar. That's the archetype my opponent's playing right now. I'm not revealing his hand because I want to show you what he has in store for me. And then this may seem awkward. Right now he's about to search using Kirby's effect. I'll show you. He's adding a Kirby Superstar from his deck. So what I can understand clearly is that his deck is mainly heavily relying on Kirby and using monsters that could equip to Kirby and then having Kirby be able to protect itself and use additional effects. So this happens to be his ace card throughout this duel. And I ensured while I was in the beginning of the duel, I made sure to talk to my opponent like right now and give him consent whether he's okay if I can record. He can screen record this video. And I told him for sure I need him to play serious because I don't want this duel to become staged, which isn't clearly, because I want to be able to show the full potential of my custom archetype like you see right now. Although I don't have the best hand, but I want to be sure like my deck can actually go full throttle rather than my opponent going easy on me. So although his deck may not be serious, like it's his own archetype, I can't judge, but my bad. I don't think it's his archetype, it's somebody else's, but whatever, like he built the deck himself either way. So I want to be sure he's okay with what we're doing so we can continue forward. He's summoning Ally Chili and eventually equip to Kirby like I mentioned for it to gain additional effects. And I applaud if he defeats me because the whole purpose is for this to be a good game for you guys to enjoy. He gets his King DDD out on the spell and trap card zone. And he gets his ally Bonkers equipped as well. So if Kirby destroys one of my monsters, he can destroy one of my cards for free. And if it battles Kirby, it's shuffled into the deck. See, like, notice how terrible my hand is. And I ask question if his monster gains any additional attack, and it doesn't apparently. So it stays at its current attack at 1500. So I'm just going to show off my chess government. This is where things get interesting because, like, I'm trying to because I don't have any tuner monsters right now. The reason why tuner monsters are important because they help me go into synchro monsters. Because without tuners, you can't synchro summon. You'll see them later in this duel, but let us continue forward. So summon these two for free. I haven't used my normal summon, and I'm figuring who I want to add to my deck right now. Using Gallagher Knight's effect by detaching a material, adding a rock monster straight from my deck to my hand, or specialing one from my hand and either face down. The last effect is the most useless though, so that's not important. So adding is always important because it just ensures that you have more resource, so that you have possibilities to like outplay your opponent right now, like I'm doing. So I get the chess piece Room Dragon, although he's a level 80, which I can't I can normal summon, but it requires 2 monsters to sacrifice for him to be out on the field, which is unfortunate. But you'll find out later through this duel. Battles Kirby, which takes 800, does not destroy. Shuffle a negative fusion summon, so I get a bunch of counters using Rook's effect. When it's fusion summoned, you place 1 check counter on this card for each chess card in the graveyard or banish zone. So I had at least 2 or 3. No, I'm mistake. There's 2. So the additional check counter was from during when one of my either player standby phase comes by. It gains an additional counter. So this is where it gets very interesting. This is where that card is at its utmost best. So he'll activate Kirby's effect. I'll remove 2 chess counters to banish and negate its for negate and banish its effect. So it doesn't get to use the effect, and it leaves the field into the banish zone. So I'm in the clear, and he's trying to figure how he can try to get over. Although he'll use its H-Lin's effect, Ali Chili's effect, to negate Fairy Rook's effect. Though that doesn't do much because he only has 1 counter to negate its effect. He only has even though his effect is already negated, doesn't do much because he needs 2 chess counters, like check counters, to negate and banish the effect. So Kirby, although Kirby has like 5 monsters equipped to him, still not enough to overcome my monster. And I have a lot going for him later once my turn begins. But you know, let me fast forward. So I'll use computer chess to special summon a rock type tuner monster that's level 4 or lower by targeting Rook, which finally I get a tuner monster, guard pawn level 2, and it allows me to search for a chess card from my deck to my hand. And I'll show you the card I'm about to add right now. So it's Chess Fusion. And then I'll use Chess Government's effect, targeting Rook, to special summon a token that has the same level as Free Rook up to the number of monsters my opponent controls. So Kirby is the only one monster my opponent controls right now is Kirby, because he's in the main monster zone. These cards aren't considered monsters because they're in the spell trap card zone. So you get what I'm saying? So I use 6 plus 2 equals 8, which equals True King. So I'll use True King's effect to try to destroy up to the number of cards that are in this card's column, like I'm talking about right now. So my opponent's confused. He's wondering if this move is legal, which it is, but later I find out that Kirby can't be destroyed, and then I'll actually figure who I'm trying to fusion summon into. This is where I try to figure who I'm actually going to fusion summon, and he forgets that I can actually fusion summon using one of his monsters, as long as I follow the summoning condition and the requirement to go into. So I still haven't fusion summoned. I'm still trying to figure which materials I can use to fusion summon with one of my cards and one of his cards, so that the summon itself is legal. Which you find out I summon into another Rook. So Rook's effect will be able to protect cards, and he admits defeat. So what he realized at this point, he lost because Kirby would go to the grave thanks to Fusion, because Fusion is not destroying his cards, actually sending to the grave for a summon rather than destroying, because destroying and sending are completely different subjects, or completely different categories. So if by sending Kirby, I'm able to summon this guy, because it requires at least a level 7 or lower monster plus a chess piece monster, which I did get rid of. And same thing is that he gains a check counter for each card that's in the grave or in my banish zone. And not only that, I can negate and banish my opponent's card effects twice per turn, since I have 2 Rooks on my field, and then being able to protect my king. And during that phase, so to ensure to increase my field even more, I can special summon a rock type of monster from my hand or deck to be capable to just additionally summon more monsters throughout my next turn and be able to keep my guard up. And then later it would be harder for my opponent to destroy my setup. And again, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I already showed you what happened in this video. You just need to read the cards, look into it, do some research, and be sure to hopefully I'll be able to make more content. And if you're on my notifications, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.